It's time to step up your game.
Let's get ready to rumble!
You're listening to a special presentation of Game On, coming to you from the Calgary and Comic Entertainment Expo. We got interviews, we got cosplay, we got special guests. So get ready, because your presentation of Game On starts now.
Game on! Game on! Game on!
And joining me on Game On today, we have an incredible guest. You might recognize him as such characters as Ironhide, or possibly Wakko Warner. I'm talking today with Jess Harnell.
That's right, so am I. Hi, folks, how are you?
So, Jess, you've got quite the incredible career, but...
Great hair, dude. Have you seen me?
Oh, man, your hair's incredible.
Okay, I've just pointed it out. It's my picture. I just got these new pictures. My hair, I look like a freaking shampoo commercial. It's ridiculous.
So, just thinking about it, like, back with Animaniacs, with Wakko, I guess taking a character like this, did you feel a lot of Wakko was based on your own personal life, how you are as a person?
Well, you know, it wasn't really based on me to begin with, but what's funny is as you do a show for a long time and it goes on for a while, the writers start to take your personality more and more into account with the characters. So as Wakko and the show went on, I think that they kind of made him more like me and I became more like him. I mean, you know, my basic attitude in life is to have as good a time as I can, as much of the time as I can, and I think that's Wakko's too. So I was lucky that I got to play him. On a lot of the shows that I do, I end up feeling really blessed because I got to play the character I would have chosen, and that's the way it was in Animaniacs too.
Well, yeah, and really, just thinking about it, too, like working together with Rob Paulson, the voice of Yakko there. Yeah. Do you still keep in touch with him on a regular basis?
Oh, heck yeah. We just did a 20-year anniversary show that you can see on Ustream, live in Hollywood. It was sold out, but it was this great show. It was me and him and Tress MacNeille, who is the amazing lady that played Dot and so many other animated characters. And we just had a blast, man. We still work together on all kinds of shows. You know, it's like Tress and I are now on Sophia the First for Disney, and Rob and I have done lots and lots of shows. We're both on Doc McStuffins right now. You know, we're always doing things together, but it's really nice to put the...
It's nice to put Wakko's hat and no pants back on, except the pants because they're off. But you figure it out.
So just thinking about it too, like looking at your work with voiceover work, with voice acting, with video games, TV and everything, which do you prefer to work on?
Dude, I like all of it because every day that I do this, I'm really, really blessed, and I've been doing it, hang on, this is the sound of me knocking. Every day I am really, really blessed because I get to go out and do something and get paid for it that I would probably be doing anyway. You know, and there are so many talented people. Probably some of the people listening to you right now are very, very talented. They just haven't gotten their shot yet. That doesn't mean that they won't. It just means they haven't yet. So I don't take it for granted, and every single day I just feel really, really fortunate that this is how I earn a living, man. It's the greatest. So they're all my favorite. You know, I'm also in a band called Rock Sugar that took off in a big way. We open up for like Aerosmith and AC/DC and stuff on the road, and that's great. And it's like all this good stuff, man. It's all good, you know? Yeah.
So you've also done characters like Crash Bandicoot,
yes.
Spyro the Dragon.
Yes.
Awesome names, familiar names, but what's the difference in voicing characters like that as opposed to voicing your traditional cartoon?
Well, it's a different thing because for video games, for cartoons, the scripts are very linear. There's a beginning and a middle and an end. For video games, there's 30 pages of getting kicked in the nuts. So, you know, you really got to rack your brain for how this next kick is going to sound different than the last one.
Yeah, not something you get used to.
Yeah, but again, I was honored to play those characters because they're so, like, iconic, you know, and it's like... You know, it's kind of funny at these shows, too, because, you know, you're thinking, it's like, I know that for reasons of, you know, just space or whatever, they say, okay, this is the guy who did this or this is the guy who did that. And all the voice actors have so many credits that people may not know. Like, you know about that stuff. I have a feeling a lot of folks here don't have no idea that they did that stuff, and if they did, they'd, you know, freak out about it. But it's like, you can only mention so many things. So I appreciate you doing your homework. That's very nice of you.
So, Jess, looking at your career, looking at all the experience you've had, for people who
I don't want to look at it.
Okay. Okay, well, I'll look at it. I'll look at it for us.
Yeah, let me know how it looks.
So, basically thinking about that, for people trying to get their start, any advice?
Of course, man. I mean, if you want to get your start in anything, whether it's voiceover or, you know, mechanics, it's like, learn about it. Do research, go online and enter keywords like, how do I get into voiceover? What are the voiceover essentials? There's a show. My buddy has a talk show called VO Buzz Weekly, where every single week for like a half an hour they interview at length voiceover superstars who talk all about their craft and how they got into it. And, you know, if I was trying to get into business, I would be doing so much research, dude. I mean, I don't look like I would be, but I would be. It'd probably just, you know, involve a woman.
Sounds good to me.
Me too, man.
Jess,
thank you very much for joining me.
Jeff, what a pleasure, man.
If people want to find you, where should they go?
Well, that's a good question. I don't have a Facebook page because I have enough people angry at me for not returning phone calls that I don't need a Facebook page. But my band has a Facebook page. It's called, facebook.com/rocksugarband. And they always tell me about what's going on there. And in terms of reaching me, just think of me in your hearts and remember me fondly, and that's good enough for me, man.
Jess, a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Jeff. Nice meeting you, man. Nice seeing you. Thank you.
That was voice actor Jess Harnell. I'm Jeff Johnson. You're listening to Game On.
It's all about the game, and how you play it. All about control, if you can take it.
Do you think that we could play another game? Maybe I could win this time.
You're listening to Game On with Jeff Johnson on GameNTrain.com.